Shalom, call Halor Allah Yahweh by Hashem Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people in the world ignorantly call God, by Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Also, Shalom to you Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Okay, Shalom to you brothers. For water, not the water, Slakia. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations you're scattered amongst, which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, the nations start from 2 on down. Those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people, as you see on this chart right here, through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word, this truth, and you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, this does apply. Okay, to you, you are Israelites, though you look like the heathen nations should scatter amongst due to the scattering of these people right here on this chart. So once again, you will have Israelites that come looking like the heathen, but they're in fact Israelites because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 to 15 verse on down. The spirit bear witness with this word that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh by Shem Shah. Most importantly, once again, their lineage goes back to these people through the man, not the mom, the man. To the few Akwaf, you few Israelite sisters that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, wherever you may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you go bond, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and His only begotten Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, once again, Yahweh Shah. So I'm going to play this clip I seen the other day. It says U.S. airstrikes are killing civilians in Somalia. So I'm going to play it. I'm just going to bring it out.
Yes. Can you hear me? It's Seb Walker from Vice News.
Okay, yes, welcome.
For the past 5 months, the US has been quietly ramping up its campaign of deadly airstrikes in Somalia. The strikes target Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group. Somalis living in Al-Shabaab-controlled territories say they're getting caught in the crossfire. How do people feel in this area, in Middle Juba, about these airstrikes?
They feel a great fear. They are horrified by even the sound of a warplane is flying over that city every night.
Already this year, the US has carried out 41 airstrikes. That's more than in the entire 8 years of the Obama administration. Tell us about what happened. When did you get the news of this attack?
Around 8 on that Sunday evening, there was a missile hit into my relative's house. And at that time, there were about 5 people. They were having a dinner. There were 4 persons hit by that airstrike. My mother-in-law, 3 other children, 1 died.
On the day of the airstrike on Mohammed's town, the US military's Africa Command, known as AFRICOM, released a statement saying they killed 1 Al-Shabaab militant. According to their report, no civilians were killed. Why do you think they targeted your family? I mean, were there any connections with Al-Shabaab?
They are farmers. They sometimes keep livestock. This is their own job. There is no way of links with Al-Shabaab militants.
AFRICOM's campaign in Somalia has gone on for 13 years. It's admitted to just 4 civilian deaths. Stories like Mohammed's have led outside groups to believe that the actual number is much higher.
I think we know more about these people in many cases than AFRICOM does. They'll say they killed 3 terrorists, but then when we actually track down the names of who these people are, their families, we find really a different story.
Brian investigates cell phone footage of attacks to see if the details and the deaths match with AFRICOM's statements. This is a video taken shortly after an attack on a banana farm that allegedly killed a civilian earlier this year. We've altered the narrator's voice to protect his identity. So this is a shard of metal, but it could be anything.
Well, there's a couple distinctive things on that. One is the black paint on the bottom side, but then also the seam. That's where the metal on the outside of that rocket motor comes together from having looked at lots of Hellfire missiles shot in lots of places in Yemen and Syria and Iraq over the years. This just jumps out at you that, yes, this is a Hellfire missile.
Other videos can help locate the attacks in areas of Somalia that are nearly impossible for outsiders to access. By isolating key frames of this video, Brian created a panorama with several key features. One of them is a water tower, a rare sight in this area of Somalia. By finding these landmarks and looking at their shadows, he can tell exactly where and when an attack took place. How important is a video like...
Alright, so, the point was made, man. Okay? And this is not, this isn't just in Somalia, it's just happening. This happens in a lot of different countries. Okay? America is responsible for a lot of death. Okay? And who runs America? Esau, the so-called Caucasian man, the Sea Line. Okay? Starting with the elite banking families. So I'm going to get a real quick scripture. So I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. I'm at the gig, but try to knock it out. Right? If you guys go back to this man's blessing, okay? This is Genesis 27. That was given to him by Isaac, our forefather Isaac, okay? Genesis 27 and 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered, said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, right? And this is what you see. This man has the fatness of the earth, okay? The money that you see being flowed around back and forth, he controls that, okay? Whatever resources you have, he controls that. He controls the media, okay? He controls, the minds of the people, okay? He has the fatness of the earth right now. This is what they have. And the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword, which, is a weapon of destruction, shall thou live. Okay? The point was made. Okay? The sword that he will have the fatness of the earth, but how would he get the fatness of the earth? It's through that sword, man. Okay? Esau is a master at, creating weapons of destruction. Okay? And this is what he's done. Okay? Second Thessalonians, real quick. Or actually, Psalms 55. Because what he'll do is he'll say, well, we were, he'll do an airstrike on, let's say Somalia, Iraq, like they said, Yemen, all these different countries. And they'll say, well, we were striking the terrorists in that country. Okay? Which a lot of terrorists within these different, countries over in the East, most of them are really funded by the U.S. government, Some countries you do have, extremists, as they like to call them, but majority of the time it's not the case. It's just, Esau Edom being Esau Edom, being the devil he is, a deceiver, man. Okay? If it's something he want, and if it's something he wants within this your country, and you fight back or buck up, okay, he's coming to get it, and he's gonna come and get it through violence. Let me see something real quick. Right? I said Revelations 13. I don't know why. Revelations 13 and yep. Let me see. Let me see. Bear with me. Yep. This is Revelations 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, that going into this system. Okay, the two horns, going into like today the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay, and he had exercised all the power of the first beast before him and caused the earth and then was dwelling in to worship the first beast whose daily wound was healed. Because America, NATO, as I always bring up, America, NATO, and the EU, they make up the new this makes up that new revamped Roman Empire, because that first beast was the ancient pagan Roman Empire, but that fell. Okay, and it's revived through America. Once again, America, the EU, and NATO. Okay, that's who has control of the world right now, and they're all Edomite countries, Edomite tribes, Edomite nations. Okay, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, he did that in the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I believe that was Japan, when he dropped them nukes on them cities. Okay, and what? It killed a lot of people, man. And he's still doing it to this day with his fire jets, man. Okay? Hellfire, what do you call them? Hellfire missiles. Okay, he's still dropping bombs on these different countries. Okay? Because he wants, and he said they put fear, the people fear, every time they hear, a fire jet, That's what Esau wants. He wants you to fear him. Okay? He wants you to believe that, he can make fire come from the sky just like the Most High does. Because that's what it all goes back to. Esau wants to be the Most High. And deceiving them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. His technology. Okay? The weapons he have. Now the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Because that's next. Okay? That's all his miracles. Which he had power to, his pseudoscience. All these things. Which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by his sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? Going back to what I was saying, whenever you don't comply, with America, when you have resources, you got resources in your country like diamond, oil, gold, and you don't comply, America, they try to come, they want you to give that up, they want that, and you refuse to do it. What they do, they kill you. Okay? If America comes to you, that you have to, in order for you to make trade, you have to use our currency, the petrodollar. Okay? And what happens if you try to, if you reject it, or you try to create your own currency to do so? They off you, just like they did Saddam Hussein, man. Okay? The most recent attack, not just this, but I did a video on it, was Venezuela, Maduro. How they sent the mercenaries in there, okay, to overthrow Maduro, man. Okay? Iran, they're another example. In order for, the U.S. to have control of that region, Iran has to be overthrown. They have to get Iran out the way. Okay? So what they do, they send in economic hitmen. They send in, plants. They try to set up a puppet government. And the last option on the table is what? To off you. Okay? Even if that means offing you and a lot of the people in your country. This is what they do. You don't comply with this man's orders. Okay? He kills you. Okay? That's what he does. Then he tries to come off, as he'll put that that idea out. Well, not idea. He'll put that idea out that, well, we're not attacking the people. We're just attacking the terrorists within that country. To protect those people, and that's a lie. Okay, you're in there for the resources. You're in there for control, dominance. That's what it all comes down to. Power. This is Psalms 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands such against such. Actually, you know what? Yep. Let me read it. Psalms 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them. He had broken his covenant. This is what he does. Okay, he talks with you, them sweet words. And while he's doing that, while he got you, believing in that, He's behind the scenes plotting on how he's going to overthrow you, man. How he's going to take over, man. Okay? Get rid of who he deemed terrorists. Because Esau deems anybody that's not down with him terrorist. Okay? Anybody that bucks up against his ways is considered a terrorist. Okay? The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? Oh, we killed the terrorists. And, we didn't kill the civilians. If we did kill civilians, they were just, they just got caught in the crossfire. Okay? It's clear as day that they just, doing airstrikes on those people. Period. Because Esau, he's bloodthirsty. That's what he is. Okay? The words of his mouth were smooth than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's what's in this man's heart. It's war. Okay? Whenever this man does, he comes out as good, or he playing like he's doing good, always expect that he's behind the scenes getting ready to come down with great wrath on you. Always expect that. John 10:10, the thief cometh not for to steal, to kill, and destroy, man. This is what he does. Okay? He don't care about those people, suffering in poverty, or, rebels in their neighborhoods. He could give a damn about that. Okay? And that's happening under his rulership. So he's the reason why this is allowed to happen. That's what it all comes down to. Okay? Isaiah the 10th chapter. War is in this man's heart. Okay? Isaiah 10:5. It says, "Oh, Assyrian was Esau is the modern Assyrians as well." That military, man. The brutal military. The rod of my anger and the staff in their hand is my indignation. I will send them against the hypocritical nation, which that hypocritical nation was our people, the tribes, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, because our people, they will follow the Lord, and the Lord will, when we break the law, statutes, and commandments, and piss the Lord off and drive him a wrath, he will put us in captivity. Our people would, cry out to the Lord, say we won't do this and that no more. He'll deliver us, and our people go right back to doing the same thing as they're doing right now. Okay? So the Lord labeled us a hypocritical nation. Okay? And you came against us, and you put us in, captivity. And against the people of my wrath will I give them a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire streets. And you're doing that to this day. The point is coming up. It says, "Howbeit meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few." This is what's in this man's heart. This is what he's programmed to do. Be the wicked, to take peace from the earth, to destroy nations. Okay? So whenever he come at you with this talk about aid, or stimulus, or we want to help the hungry and all this madness, he's a liar, man. He's the problem. He's the one that's behind the scenes doing all that. Okay? He's the one that's destroying everything. Okay? That's what he's doing. Okay? Cutting the nations a few. Okay? Let me see. Bear with me real quick. Habakkuk. Let me see. This is what Habakkuk was talking about. Habakkuk 1:1. The burden which Habakkuk the prophet did see, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear, even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save? Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. And this is all this man does, is raise up strife and contention, man. Okay? This man will never give you a break. Okay? Therefore the law is slack. Okay? And judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. I'm not saying the Somalians, they're righteous because they're heathens, but you do have Israelites scattered amongst all the heathen nations. So you do have Israelites amongst them, But the righteous is really the Israelites, This man, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth, man. Okay? It feels as if this man could continue just doing airstrikes, continue lying, okay, to deceive the people just so he could fulfill his wicked agenda, and he's getting away with it. But he's not getting away with it, you know? He's not getting away with it. He just thinks he's getting away with it, you know? The Lord's watching all these things he's doing. This is why judgment is coming upon this place. Finally, it's coming upon this place. Because it's well due. Sirach 23, or Ecclesiasticus 23, and let me see. Yep, this is Sirach 23 and 18. A man that breaketh wedlock, saying thus in his heart, who seeth me? I am compassed about with darkness, the walls cover me, and nobody seeth me. What need I to fear? The Most High will not remember my sins. And this is Esau, man. That's you Edomites, man. Okay? You think, you gotten away with the transatlantic slave trade, putting Jake in captivity and brutally, treating Jake wrong. You think you gotten away with that, and then you just destroying the earth, and you destroying the other nations, which I'm like I said, the Lord don't care about the other heathens, but still, okay, you're just destroying everything, okay, and this is really elites. They're behind all this, and they're saying, well, we're doing all this, and nobody sees us because you don't see the elites. They hiding, somewhere, whether it's New Zealand, whatever, man, underground city, whatever, man, doing all this plotting and scheming, man. Okay, they practice iniquity upon their beds, man. That's what they do. They sleep not lest they cause them to fall, man. And they think nobody sees them because the masses don't see them or really talk about them, that they good, that they straight, But such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. Okay? He knew all things ere ever they were created. So also they that were perfected, he looked upon them all. Okay? And the Lord sees you, man. The Lord created you. So you don't think he sees what you're doing? This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, where he suspected, where he suspecteth not, he shall be taken, man. Okay? This was getting ready. This is going to happen, man. You Edomites is going to really pay, because everybody's finding out, through this word, even through your own actions, that you're the wicked, you're the devil, okay? You're the man that's the reason why peace don't prosper on the planet Earth, okay? That's what's being found out. This is why all these other nations, even your own allies, man, they don't want to deal with you, okay? Because your skirt, like it says in Isaiah the 47th chapter, your skirt is being lifted. Everybody's finding out who the problem of the earth is, okay? And they're gonna be after you real soon. Okay? Let me see. I only got 3 minutes left, so I'm gonna try to make this quick and close it out. Let me see. Let me see. Trying to find the other scripture, but I'm probably. Just read it the other day, so I know it's in this book. Let me see. Yep, there it is. I passed it. Okay. I'm gonna just get to the point. Sirach 21:4. It says to terrify, which you do. You terrify, okay, the people, and do wrong, and do wrong will waste riches. Because this is what it all comes down to. Esau, gathering as much riches and resources and power as he can. Okay? The fatness of the earth. Thus the house of proud men shall be made desolate. Okay? This is going to happen. Okay? You're going to be made desolate real soon. We in that time now. I keep saying it. I can't say it enough. We in that time. You're going to be made desolate. Psalms 7:14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity and hath conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He had made a pit and digged it, and it is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. So the same violence that you've shown against, for one, the Israelites and the rest of the world, okay, it's going to come down against you, okay? This was going to happen. I'm going to get one more scripture, and I'm going to close it out. It's Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou is not spoiled, and deal treacherously, and they doubt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Okay? So this is what's going to happen. Because these same nations that you bombing, that you getting over, that you slandering and coming against, the Lord's going to put the spirit on them, as you see now, for one, to buck up against you. And eventually, they're going to invade you, man. World War III is going to happen. And they're going to burn America via thermonuclear missiles, man. This is the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? So I'm going to close it out there. Call hello, Allah, Yahweh, Abba, Shema, Shah, Baba Kasha, Abba, Papa, Abba, Papa, Abba, Ha, Yapia, Abba, Ha, Yapia, and Shalom to the elect.